A 911 call for help leads two officers to a Sandpoint apartment complex. Minutes later, shots fired. Two officers are hit and the suspect shot dead. Tonight, KHQ investigates what happened as North Idaho reels from another round of violence against the men and women dedicated to serve and protect. I'm Claire Graham in the KHQ newsroom, monitoring all your news of the day.
And I'm Dan Kleckner. We are live in Sandpoint getting the latest information on how these two officers were shot. We'll have that for you in just a minute.
And I'm Stephanie Vigil. For a second time in less than a week, I am here at Kootenai Health live where an officer is fighting right now to recover from two surgeries. We'll tell you how this all happened and when it went down. And it was around 3 a.m. this morning. Officers were called to this house in Sandpoint's Ridley Village. Officers say that's when the person inside came out of the house with a gun and began shooting at police. This is a picture of one of those officers hurt, Michael Hutter. He was shot in the leg and chest. Officer Hutter was taken to Bonner General, and the good news is he has since been released. The other officer's injuries were much more severe. First responders took Officer Eric Clark from Sandpoint here to Kootenai Health in Coeur d'Alene, where I am tonight. And tonight we know that the officer has been in surgery not once but twice today. Last check, he was in recovery. KHQ local news reporter Adam Mayer first broke this story. He's been up in Sandpoint all morning long. He's been gathering information for us. Let's head back to Sandpoint right now with Dan and Adam to talk more with them. Guys?
Well, thank you, Steph. We're here at this scene right now. We've actually moved up a little bit closer from where we were initially, but as you guys can still see behind us, there's still a lot of heavy police activity here, and they are still gathering more information here on scene. It's going to be a lengthy investigation, and this is far from over. Now, here is the background information we've learned about the two officers hurt. First officer is Michael Hutter. He's a 30-year veteran of the force. He worked for the Sandpoint Police from 1990 to 1997. He then joined the city of Pend Oreille Police in 1997 until he retired as police chief in 2016. He then came back to the city of Sandpoint Police Department. After being shot twice, he was treated at Bonner General Hospital. He's back home tonight. Officer Eric Clark is more seriously hurt. He's at Kootenai Health recovering after a second surgery. Sandpoint Police tell us that Officer Clark is newer to the force. He joined the police department back in 2015. Now, Officer Clark was shot in the left hand as well as the neck. Our thoughts and prayers are with him tonight, Dan.
Every indication is they're going to be okay.
Right.
That's the great news.
Yeah, and you know, this being the last or the most recent police-involved shooting in the last week, it's definitely torn through a lot of hearts here in North Idaho.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of friends of mine have, sent their condolences to me, but I'm just a reporter. We're not the ones behind the badge.
Okay, thank you, Adam.
Yep.
We're also learning more about the man killed by police in the shooting. The family of the man killed with the shootout with Sandpoint Police has come forward with an account of what led up to the bloodshed. Stacy Blevins, the aunt of Brandon Coleman, says her nephew, who had depression and may have been off his medication, was acting erratically last night and then somehow obtained a gun belonging to his grandfather, who then called in police to help.
He was trying to tell him that he wanted them to come over and make sure that Brandon wasn't armed or whatever, but to be civil about it.
When officers Michael Hutter and Eric Clark arrived, Blevins says there was a confused grab for guns in the doorway. Brandon, according to his aunt, fired first with her dad, Brandon's grandfather, caught in the middle.
That's when I guess my nephew pulled out a gun and started shooting, and they started shooting back. He can hear my nephew say, "Somebody call an ambulance. I'm dying," and then heard my nephew fall. And it's horrible, and I feel sorry for the officers, and that got shot, but that could have went down a whole different way.
Blevins says Brandon's grandfather suffered a heart attack during the course of the shooting, but was strong enough later to relate to her what happened.
On scene. Still. Now, police have a stretcher.
And again, this is a very tight-knit community. I had an opportunity just a few hours ago to sit down and talk one-on-one with Sandpoint's mayor, who wanted all of his residents to know Sandpoint is a safe place to live. Our team coverage continues now in Coeur d'Alene with Stephanie.
All right, Dan. Yes, and Sandpoint Commissioner Dan McDonald says that this is something all first responders prepare for, but obviously hope they actually don't have to respond to.
Shootings are always tough, but I know our deputies. I know a lot of the members of Sandpoint PD, and they don't start the day every day wanting to go out and shoot somebody. Typically, if someone comes out brandishing a weapon or someone comes out shooting at them, we expect them to shoot back.
Back out live here at Kootenai Health. Like you said earlier, Dan, it's good that these two men are going to be making a full recovery. That's the best news of the night. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Stephanie. Yes, this continues to be a developing story. We will continue to update throughout the evening hours. You can stay up to date with all the latest information by following us on social media, online, also at khq.com. We've also loaded more content on our KHQ app for Apple TV, Roku, and Amazon Fire TV.